Time is... Hey, good afternoon everybody. Mayang Buntag. This is Ned over my Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D over at MPD. Coming at you from an undisclosed location in Central Florida. Beautiful, beautiful Central Florida. And today, we are briefly going to be discussing some activity that's been going on. This actually happened a couple of weeks ago. I've been trying to follow it to see what kind of developments were going to occur. It doesn't look like anything good's coming out of it. It looks like it's going to be happening. So let's get into it really quick. The last live stream I did, we talked about an individual who had been accused of being involved in some drugs. He got caught with some shabu, allegedly. And that's one of the things you definitely don't want to do when you're in the Philippines. There's like three big things that you don't want to do in the Philippines that can get you on somebody's radar and get you into a lot of trouble. The first is drugs. You don't want to get involved with drugs because usually it's no bail and it's a very sad situation and you're going to be sitting in jail for a very long time waiting for trial. The second is getting involved with any type of underage minors, anybody under the age of 18, even being in their company. Even if it's an innocent thing like you're doing whatever and you're in the company of a minor, that's a violation of Republic Act and you can be held for that. And that's a no bail situation depending on what the judge determines at the hearing. And the final thing that you definitely don't want to get involved in is involving yourself in any political activity, partisan political activity while you're in the Philippines. That's a sure way to get yourself blacklisted and deported. And that's basically what we're going to be talking about today when we talk about Sister Pat being personally ordered to be deported by President Duterte. So let's get into the meat and potatoes on this. First off though, a quick shout out to Lynn, to Ellen, to Lang Lang, and to Brian. Girls, please don't burn the house down. Take it easy on the dried fish. And Brian, I miss you, man. I miss you so much. And I got your stuff. I've been shopping for everybody. It seems like I've been shopping for everybody but myself. But let's get into the topic at hand, into the meat and potatoes of this. A Catholic nun who has been in the Philippines for 27 years, she's been in the Philippines for nearly 30 years, has been issued a deportation order for engaging in what the Bureau of Immigration terms involvement in partisan political activities. The president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, has reportedly personally ordered the expulsion of Sister Patricia Fox, otherwise known as Sister Pat, for joining in protest rallies against his governmental policies. As a result, the 71-year-old undesirable nun, who hails from Australia, has been given 30 days to leave the country. The elderly nun was originally taken into custody from her home and held by immigration officials for 24 hours for processing. She stated that she was surprised by the presidential order and secretly hoped that they would change their minds. The Philippine Bureau of Immigration announced that it had nullified the missionary visa of Sister Patricia. She was here on a missionary visa. Following images of her being seen protesting perceived human rights violations and her recent inclusion in a fact-finding mission to investigate abuses of the country's ongoing war against communist rebels. I believe that took place down and around Davao. She was involved in that because there's an ongoing war between the military and the NPA, the communist guerrillas who have been there for a very long time. The Bureau of Immigration stated most firmly, we direct Fox, that's Sister Patricia Fox, to leave the Philippines within 30 days from receipt of this order, stating that she had engaged in activities that are not allowed under the terms and conditions of her visa. And if you look at the images that are up behind me, you can actually see her engaging in some of those activities, you know, something about political prisoners, and I think she was protesting the extrajudicial killings, that type of stuff. Interviewed on Australian TV, Sister Patricia stated, "For me, it is part of my mission as a Catholic sister to stand beside those whose human rights have been violated, who are asking for help." Following her detainment by BI officials, the president stated that he had personally ordered her arrest to warn foreigners making critical statements against his policies. Quote, "I ordered her to be investigated for disorderly conduct," President Duterte noted. "You do not have that right to criticize us. Do not insult my country. You insult me under the cloak of being a Catholic priest, and you are a foreigner. Who are you? It is a violation of our national sovereignty." The deportation order against Sister Patricia follows the deportation of the Italian socialist leader Giacomo Filibeck earlier this month, who had spoken out publicly against extrajudicial killings in the president's ongoing war against drugs. Since taking office in 2016, President Duterte has pursued his anti-drug policies, which, according to Human Rights Watch, has resulted in the deaths of over 12,000 Filipinos. The deportation case is similar to the 2013 deportation and subsequent blacklisting of a young Dutch activist, he was from Netherlands, I believe, who joined a political demonstration and verbally berated a PNP officer until the policeman broke down in tears. So, again, part of my mission here over at My Philippine Dreams is to talk about things that can affect foreigners living, retiring, studying, doing missionary work, doing basically anything while within the national confines of the Philippines. And this is one of the things that can get you in trouble, especially, first off, it's basically involving yourself in partisan activity, and it's basically going against the government that's in power right now. And you don't want to do that because you get somebody's attention. And you also don't want to piss off important people. You know, there's a lot of rules, there's a lot of laws, there's a lot of regulations in the Philippines. A lot of times, as people have noticed, a lot of times those don't get ruthlessly enforced unless you piss off the wrong person or you get the attention of somebody important. And it seems like Sister Patricia Fox has done just that. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. I think she's still got a few more weeks before she has to leave the country. But it looks like she's going to be blacklisted and all that. So there's three things you definitely don't want to do as a foreigner in the Philippines. Involving yourself in drugs, any type of drugs, even something as innocuous as marijuana, doing anything like that. If it's an illegal drug, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. Underage minors, you want to involve yourself with that, and involving yourself in political activity, speaking out against the establishment. You don't want to do that. Because again, like President Duterte noted, we are foreigners who, we have no rights here. We basically, who are we to speak out against what's going on? It's their country and they have to determine it. It's their sovereign right to do that. And we should mind our own business. We can talk about it at Bogart's, I'm sure there's a lot of complaining going on, watering holes and whatnot, but just don't let the wrong person hear you complaining or involve yourself in any protests. Also, the photos of that Dutch national, he was a young kid. He was this young, skinny little kid. And he got into this poor PNP. The PNP, I believe he was a rookie. He was a trainee. And the kid just started screaming and screaming and screaming at him. And, confronting Filipinos isn't recommended. And the PNP officer didn't know what to do, so he just got really emotional about it. Let's go to the comments real quick. I'm going to try to keep this as a short video. I'm actually going to do another video right after this, talking about some of the things I purchased in my yearly shopping spree here for 2018 in the United States of America. I got a bunch of stuff, some really good stuff, so I'll be doing a video on that. Going to the videos. Sorry off topic, but I missed your previous reply about some hospitals accepting U.S. insurance. I'm not sure about that. I've never heard about that. If you got military TRICARE, there are TRICARE appointed health providers. They even have them in Dumaguete. I believe there's one at Holy Child Hospital. Michael V says, just stay out of politics, period, to the foreigners. Yeah, absolutely. Just stay out of politics, period, anywhere. I'm in the United States right now, and everybody knows the situation that's going on here every day. It's just ridiculous. It's insane. Chris Cross says, is this Fox News then? No, this isn't Fox News, man. I'm CNN. You guys know I'm a liberal socialist. Pete Chamberlain says, you definitely don't want to criticize anyone in the Philippines to begin with. Yeah, that's good policy. You don't want to create waves. You don't want to create trouble. We're trying to be, and Mike Gunn says, yes, we are guests in their country, and we certainly are, and they have the right to revoke our visa whenever they want. There's supposed to be some process. When you get blacklisted or there's a deportation order or something like that, there's supposed to be some sort of civil process involved with it, where there's a hearing and you get time to appeal it and stuff. It doesn't look like that happened. Maybe now it is, I'm not sure. But she's a 71-year-old nun, and it's just kind of, the situation is just kind of strange that she got the personal attention of President Duterte, and he got very upset, and she's going to be gone. Mr. Sludney says, thank you for the answer. By the way, got a house in Lingingen, so we are next door. Oh, province. Oh, Chris Cross says you said her name was Sister Fox. Yep, her name is Sister Patricia Fox. She's been in the Philippines for 27 years. She speaks fluent Filipino, And she's just been devoted to her mission, and she thinks it's important to involve herself in, human rights situations. But again, with the current political climate, that might not be a good thing. So that's basically it. I'm going to go over now and do my... Calvin Roberts says, she knows what she was doing. It's a higher mission. She is a hero. Treat her as such. Yeah, I'm just reporting out the facts. I'm not going to give my personal opinion, because when people give their personal opinion, it can garner the attention of the wrong people. I'm just, trying to present the facts as they are. So that's basically it. Pete Chamberlain, hi Ned, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. Did you pick a horse for the Derby? No, man, I don't watch any sports. The only sports I watch are UFC. That's basically it. All right, so that's my live stream. Shout out to everybody that I gave shout out earlier. Stay safe. Don't involve yourself in activities that can get you in a lot of trouble. And don't put yourself in situations where people can falsely accuse you of things and have you put away for quite a long time. Until next time, this is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. Take care, everybody. And keep on dreaming. Keep the dream alive. No matter what, keep dreaming. Oh, what is it? 9 more days. 8 or 9 more days and I'm back. Baby.